Yeah, we're about to hear 4 of your songs, and I cannot wait to share that with our audience and the internet, man. What's happening first today?
Amazing. We're going to play a song called Paper Floor. This is off a record that we put out last year. The album's called Happy Hour on the Floor, and this is the first track.
Could wait. We built a hole and huddled close, and time drifted by. We were endlessly content beneath the swirling sky. Your rhythm showed in an easy grace, left everyone around hypnotized by your gaze. You flattered all, I shuffled along to the beat of your world. But reality set in when you ceased your nightly twirl. Calmed our hunger at your feet. Don't you wanna feel what's real, what's hard, what's worth living for? In a castle of comfort, you long for nothing more. Manhattan, Versailles, but all the critics' stars can never shine like the night sky. I'm longing for a satisfaction that'll be something more than a post and a smile. That's just the paper floor. That's just the paper floor. That's just the paper floor. And I'll fall right through a paper floor. That's just a paper floor. And I'll fall right through a paper floor. That's just a paper floor. Yeah, I might hold you, but I'll fall right through a paper floor. That's just a paper floor. That's just a paper floor. That's just a paper floor.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you guys, man. Dude, I cannot wait to hear what the mix sounds like. I mean, in your ears is an entirely different environment than the one that the 3 of us in the audience without headphones are hearing right now. I cannot wait to hear what this sounds like, and what the
True,
internet's
yeah, I
hearing.
guess we're going to be where you're a little in the dark here.
Yeah. Well, can we geek out a little bit and talk about production things? So you guys are mixing yourselves right now, which has happened I've done 2,200 of these, and I think this has happened like 5 times maybe. So you're doing a lot. You're wearing the production hat, you're wearing the musician hat. Can we talk a little bit about geeky signal flow stuff? What's happening with your setup?
Wow. Well, to switch hats for a sec, like you said, yeah, this was our pandemic project. We had a whole bunch of shows get canceled, just like everyone else, and we built this looping system that takes my mandolin and my bass, and sometimes we have more instruments than this, and kind of like combines it together so we can play against ourselves. And for those of you watching live, that's what we're hearing right now in our ears. But for everyone else in the room right now, everybody, it's probably super weird. So I'm actually very curious.
For half of us, exactly. 3 of us have ears in, 3 of us have no ears in, and it's a vastly different environment that that each halves are living in.
Cool.
Cool, man. Well, did you have those chops already, the production chops, or did you develop them through the pandemic the way a lot of musicians had to by necessity?
That was me. I was the one struggling at home learning new things. Yeah, Googling, trying to find webcams back last April.
Oh yeah, I've been a nerd for a long time though, so no stranger to those things myself.
Nice. Well, thank you for being geeks and nerds with us today, and thank you for your music. I appreciate it very much, and there's a lot more to be shared. What's happening second today?
So we're going to play a song from a record that we put out in 2016. The album is called Blooming Through the Black, and this is a song called Ties That Bind Us. It comes from a time we were living in Canada, our families were at home. It was kind of the your heart's in 2 places at once.
Somebody new, someone that I'd rely on to be there when everything is falling. When life is shattered on the ground, well, I'd be the one to stick around, because my heart, your heart, they're just the same. But my dreams, your love, pull me in opposite ways. Where's the love I had to give? I thought I'd do, but never did. The man I thought I'd be as a kid. Maybe he can mend the ties that bind us. Well, I've been getting bored with my reflection. It's the same today as every day. Where's the catalyst for changing? These days my only friend is regret. And the sentiments I've said before are in scattered pieces on the floor, saying my heart, your heart, they're just the same. But my dreams, your love, pull me in opposite ways. Where's the love I had to give? I said I'd do, but never did. The man I thought I'd be as a kid. Maybe he can mend the ties that bind us.
Well, my heart,
your heart,
they're just the same. My dreams, your love,
my dreams,
pull me in opposite ways. Where's the love I had to give? The things I said I'd do but never did. The man I thought I'd be as a kid. Maybe he can mend the ties that bind us.
Right, thank you guys. Antonio, I've got
Yes,
a kind of geeky curiosity on my side about the mandolin in particular. So
Yeah.
clearly you are a multi-instrumentalist, a multi-stringed instrumentalist.
Jack of a bunch
Do
of
you,
things, yeah.
when you are focusing more on mandolin, playing more mandolin than other string things,
Yeah.
do you notice, is there a physical change in your fingers and the surface of them? Because I mean, my fat fingers, there's no chance that I mean, we played a little bit last night and they don't fit at all, you
Yeah.
know, they're not in
Yeah.
the right shape. Like, do you notice physical changes?
My fingers on my left hand, I've just like beaten them up so much over the past, 20 years of my life that like the tips of, I have no, like I can't feel this right now at all. Like I could stick it into a fire and it's
The
like
permanent
so,
string indent.
yeah, exactly. So I have a feeling if you just work through the awkwardness, like many things in life, you just get, used to it enough that it kind of like settles in.
It's true. He actually, last time when we played Green River in 2019, Antonio did a little wading in the Green River and just like completely destroyed his hand, like multiple stitches, like went to the emergency room, cut it on a rock, but he didn't feel a thing because the whole thing is just totally callous. So we had to tell him, it's like, dude, your hand is like
Dude,
over.
there's blood everywhere.
It's going down the.
That's not true. I could
No longer that green of a river.
No longer the
Yeah.
Red River Festival.
Is it,
yeah,
do you
that was
notice,
bad.
so if you are playing more mandolin than other things,
Yeah.
do you know, is there a tone difference when you move over to a different thing if your fingers are in mandolin shape? Does it
Yeah.
change your tone on other instruments?
I think you're right. I think you are kind of acclimated to one thing or another, and like even the way the pressure that you apply, and like I find it with my right hand too. Yeah, you definitely kind of get in the groove of whatever you're doing. I always find there's a transition period. I've been working on like piano scales for the last week or so. Like Mary Had a Little Lamb and such, and so that's kind of weird to have both of my hands doing this now. So yeah, it's always like some kind of adjustment, right?
Well, dude, everything you're doing acoustically right now that I can physically hear in this room sounds wonderful. Again, I can't wait to hear the actual mix, but this is great, and we're only halfway through, man. There's still two more songs to be shared. What's third today?
Yeah, we're gonna do another song here called "Light of the City." This is off a record that we recorded in Boston, Massachusetts. It's called "We." I'm lying in my bed, and you're out there in the cold. You've got no one to love you. I've got no one to hold. I once knew a woman. She thought I was born in the clouds. Then I spent all my halos who were people to other people, spending a night in the light of the city. Asking all the places and faces we meet, could you find something better to give me? Spending the night in the light of the city. Spending the night in the light of the city. I wanna float above the skyline, city lights at our toes. Run my fingers down the high line. Leave Williamsburg below. And we're just people who were people to other people, spending a night in the light of the city. Asking all the places and faces we meet, could you find something better to give me? Spending the night in the light of the city. We're spending the night in the light of the city. Let's chase the sun across the river and follow it downtown, just to find our own reflections in darkened windows, in pools of streetlight on the ground. Now we're just people who were people to other people, spending a night in the light of the city. Asking all the places and faces we meet, could you find something better to give me? Spending the night in the light of the city. We're spending the night in the light of the city. So much.
All right, man. Thank you guys. So you mentioned your time in Canada, and we've heard you say the word "about." So clearly, time was spent there, and you were talking about Boston. Are you guys local to Western Mass?
Yeah, we live in Northampton, Mass now, and we've been lucky enough to be on Signature Sounds record. Every album we've ever put out has been on Signature Sounds, which is a record label right here in Northampton. And they also put on Green River Fest, and so it's like such an amazing community to be a part of, and we just love the valley and love everybody at Green River for having us here. So
Justin from Assemble, he's got a reclaimed furniture shop in Northampton that all this stuff, he just did the set design. We thought we were going to build it together. We just showed up. He had assembled all this stuff.
Amazing.
And it was just ready to go. We didn't have to think about it. It was wonderful.
Yeah, this is an amazing place where you can find people artists with amazing eyes, and it's great.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Back Bar. It just feels like a family affair. We have felt very welcome here so far. Who are some of the artists in the music community in Western Mass that you guys have crossed paths with a lot?
Yeah, so there's so many great artists that Signature Sounds has given us a community of artists around here, but like Suitcase Junket and the Kids, Heather Maloney, Twisted Pine. There's so many that are like all kind of right in this area. Sun Parade, I could go on and on, but it's like for a sort of an area that doesn't really have a big city around it. You know, we don't have Boston or New York. They're all kind of a distant place from here, but it's like this incredible artistic community with people making music and art and beer and all sorts of good stuff.
Dude, hooray beer, hooray music, hooray all of this, man. I'm having a wonderful time. Thank you for making this day awesome. I appreciate it. We've crossed paths with a lot of them too. Twisted Pine was here, did this thing. Suitcase Junket did this thing also. And it's, Matt is always a pleasure to be around, as are you guys. And there's still more music to be shared. What's the last song today?
Yeah, so we're gonna play one more song. This is kind of a carpe diem, live while we can, and be grateful for all that we have. I think this year has been, this summer is especially one where we can have these days of being at a festival again, and it's like we never quite took it for granted in the past when we had been on tour. We had been on tour for almost 10 years all over the country and played hundreds of festivals and thousands of shows, and it felt like almost, we didn't realize how big of a loss we had last year until we're back now, realizing again, like, oh, this is the joy that we were feeling that whole time. It's like, it's an amazing feeling to be back here. So it's just like knowing that we are living every day while we have it, and this is called Kick Out the Windows. Felt that.
Kicking and screaming, or let's kick out the windows right on
Figure out the windows, right on the walls. Climb over the fences, run down the halls. In the night time, we'll rage and fight. Go kicking and screaming into that good night.
Appreciate it. Travel safely for all of your upcoming items. Have a wonderful writing process for when the new music is out. Thank you for sharing this with us today.
Thanks
so
for
much
having us. We're really
So much fun.
so excited to play, and such an amazing. You guys on the internet can't see this, but we have like 5-story, like.
You know what, dude?
You're-
I'm going to do this right now.
Oh, yeah. They deserve to see it. It's a treat.
Yeah, we're in the Pantheon, in a yurt. I don't know, everything at once.